You work hard. You plan for the future. You make informed decisions. It's safe to say that you know a little something about success. So, it goes without saying that you would select one of the big three for your family saloon. A BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, or the all-new Audi A4. Now, it's gotten longer and wider, but that doesn't mean that it's any more cumbersome than the B8 that it replaces. This new B9 is up to 120 kilograms lighter than its predecessor. Now that 120 kilogram weight saving translates into improved performance and improved fuel consumption. The new B9 A4 is available with two different motors at this current point in time. They're going to expand a little later on, but at the moment you can get the 1.4T FSI and the 2-litre T FSI. The 1.4 is available with a manual gearbox and the S-Tronic 7-speed dual clutch system. The 2-litre only with the S-Tronic gearbox. Neither of them are available with the Multitronic CVT gearbox, and thank goodness for that. The 1.4T FSI motor makes 110 kilowatts, 250 newton meters of torque. It's really peppy, it's really pokey. You don't need to worry about a small displacement motor, not with this one. It is turbocharged, it is petrol, and it's going to return combined figures, Audi says, of 5.1 litres per 100. Granted, we've been driving it a little harder, but we're returning figures over 10 here. That said, that weight reduction and this peppy nature means that it's going to do the 0 to 100 sprint in 8.5 seconds and rocket on to 210 kilometers an hour. Not bad at all. The throttle response is a little vague at times if you have it in auto or comfort mode, which is part of the drive select, which is now available on the 1.4. But you can sharpen that up by selecting the dynamic mode. It really does wonders for it. The brakes are usual Audi, and the suspension, super compliant, not overly stiff. It's a beautiful cruiser with a bit of a sporty nature to it. Lovely package. And then we have the way that it looks. It's been redesigned and restyled. And frankly, I don't see where. Because it all just looks very copy and paste. It's really not that radical a departure from the B8, its predecessor. And when you have an all-new model, you expect all new looks. You expect something exciting. And this, unfortunately, just looks like, well, a Jetta. Yes, they say it's got the lowest drag coefficient up against any of its rivals, but that's minor. It really doesn't jump out and shout. It's safe, conservative, it's vanilla. But that may be exactly what you're going for. Something understated, something that is classy, elegant, something that reflects your excellent choice. Then there's the interior, and sitting in the interior is actually quite an enjoyable experience, I must say. It's beautifully bolted together, the fit and finish and the trim level is wonderfully high. It's been redesigned to emulate some of the other Audi products, so you've got this air vent that is the entire length of the dashboard. Now, it's good looking, gives you the impression that the dashboard's floating. There's a wide variety of textures used as well, so it adds a little bit of depth and a little bit of character. It's a nice tactile environment. It's been expanded as well, so those increased exterior dimensions means that you're getting 23 millimeters more legroom at the back, 11 more millimeters up front, there's more width for the shoulders and some more headroom. It's beautifully quiet with minimal wind noise, NVH levels really low. But what sells it is a lot of the optional extras, and as with many of the German marques, the options list can be quite extensive and expensive. The model that we're in here exactly is the Audi A4 1.4T FSI S-Tronic Sport. That retails for 492,000 Rand. But once you've checked the options like the MMI and MMI Command with navigation, the Audi Virtual Cockpit, you've rung up an additional 116,000 Rand. And that makes this car 608,000 Rand as it's spec'd here. It can be pricey, but you need to decide, do you need all these little creature comforts? Yes, Virtual Cockpit is nice, but is it a necessity? Is it a selling point? If you can live without it, you can save yourself a couple of rands. If I have to criticize the new Audi A4, it's the fact that it comes across with the volume turned down. It's a little muted. And German cars as a whole seem to be struggling with this. They seem to be losing their soul and their character, falling into that trap that the Japanese were ridiculed and criticized for all those years ago of creating soulless appliances. Wonderful appliances, fantastic appliances, but appliances nonetheless. This Audi A4 feels very quiet.